Cross your legs for me.
You got it.
Okay. Palms up. Okay. Don't move from there. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to tell you right now, if you move or you reach for anything, you could be shot or tased. Is that clear?
Yes, it is. I don't want either of those.
Now I figure what better way to start off my auditing channel than showing you my own arrest from a year ago. This was an unlawful arrest that I cannot press charges against the police about. So this is the video of my arrest from last year and pretty much everything related to it. It took me months to figure everything out and put all the pieces together. The night this happened, all I had was guesses about why I was handcuffed in the back of a police car. Now, there are things I'm going to show you that, if given a second chance, I would do differently. For one, I would have been carrying pepper spray, and I would have used it instead of ever pulling out a knife. But just so you know, even though I had knives out, never once did I break the law by having them out. Oregon doesn't have a brandishing law. Unlawful use of a weapon, which is what I got charged with, doesn't apply because I never used the weapon. I had them out, yes, but I never used them in a threatening manner that at least could be justified by the DA. And I never threatened anyone, which is where I picked up the menacing charge from. Even though Justin can't articulate what I specifically said to him in a threatening manner, because I didn't say anything. He's trying to make it up on the fly without getting caught in a lie. But he never says I said anything. Just that I had knives out, and it was the fact that I had knives out that he felt threatened. But bear in mind, he walked up to me both times when I had knives out. It wasn't like I walked up to him. In the second video, because Anna is moving the camera as she's recording, it looks as though I'm walking, but it's just the movement of the camera. Justin walked up to me while I was standing still.
911, what's the location of your emergency?
1504 Broadway Street. It's the plaid pantry.
Okay, 1504 Broadway Street, Pet Pantry.
Yeah,
An employee there?
Yeah, we need a cop. We got a guy chasing homeless people around with 2 knives.
Okay, outside the store?
No, it's on the side right there on shipping. I just was working, and then 2 people came in and told me to call the cops. So.
Okay, this is happening right now?
Well, he looks like he took off. Oh no, he's standing right here on shipping. He's just waiting there.
Okay, he's no longer chasing people?
No, not anymore. But he's walking back over across the street over towards another homeless person now. He is not allowed in the store.
Okay, is he white, black, Asian, or Hispanic?
He's white.
About how old?
He's probably in like his late 30s.
Mid, medium, or heavy set?
He's here, give me 1 second. He's light, medium build.
Okay, how tall do you think he is?
Probably 6 foot.
What's he wearing today?
A bright orange shirt, and he has a plaid backpack, and he's wearing khaki shorts and black shoes.
Where is he at now?
He's guarding this woman's car. Her car broke down on the side of the road, and she's been trying to get it repaired, and he's like guarding her car so she can't go near it with a knife.
Where is that at?
From us, it's probably about like 30 or 40 feet.
Closer to Broadway or closer to Fifth?
Oh, this church that's right here, it's on the side that the church is on.
Okay. What color, make, and model is that vehicle?
I think it's a Chevy. What kind of, is it a
What color?
She's asking. I
don't want to be involved in that.
She is saying she doesn't want to disclose the make and model of the vehicle. I'm not sure.
No, it's like, I don't want to be involved in it, but it's like, it's a Denali, but still.
It's a Denali, that's what she said.
Will she tell you what color it is? It's just so, it's a tan, okay. Okay, any other weapons seen outside of the knives?
One of the other homeless people had a stick on them, and But he pulled the knife on them first, is what she's saying.
Okay. Anyone intoxicated?
The guy, he has a beer on him. He was drinking alcohol, the one that's trying to stab people.
Okay.
And we know him. He's a usual that comes into our store. So I don't know why he's being like this. He's usually pretty calm.
Okay.
But I think it's the alcohol, probably.
Gotcha. What's your last? The people that he was trying to stab, are they still near?
No, they all kind of fled over here to us. So
Are they like at the store there, or?
yeah, they're at the store with me. The lady who owns the car is with us right now.
Okay, and where are the people that he was trying to stab?
She's one of them, so she's with us. And then the other person, I don't know where they went. They went on the other side of her car, and that was...
This is Justin, the fire starter of it all. Had it not been for him going across the street to Plaid Pantry and telling them I was chasing him and Anna around with knives, none of the following would have happened. After walking back from jail the next day, I recorded this. He walks up to me within a foot, next to this guy who's mowing his lawn. He's looking for a confrontation. This is after the restraining order for him against me.
Yep, lay down on the ground for me.
I got a backpack on.
Yep, just lay down, flat on the ground.
Laying down.
Arms out to your side like an airplane.
You got it.
238, he's compliant. He's laying down on the ground. We can see both of his hands.
I have knives on me. I am armed. I'm not reaching for them.
Okay, don't reach for anything, just
My hands are standing.
do me a favor.
Put them.
Cross your legs for me.
You got it.
Okay, palms up. Okay. Don't move from there, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, if you move or you reach for anything, you could be shot or tased. Is that clear?
Yes, it is. I don't want either of those.
Okay, who do I have for hands? Just stay where you're at right now, okay? We'll come to you in a minute.
Thank you.
Can you put one ear towards the ground facing away from me? Yep, just like that. Perfect.
He's oddly cooperative. Like, he is...
Yeah, well, and the other thing is when he was waving us down, he's like, I'll listen to whatever commands you want me to, and he lays down. So,
Yeah, right.
okay, I'm going to talk to him then.
Yeah.
Dude in blue hair is the one that got menaced. She has really good video of it. Him basically holding two knives like this and then lunging at the guy. So
Why? Does he like his hair?
because he kept intentionally setting off car alarms to annoy them, to get them to move their car. And he basically goes up to female and says, if you don't move your car, I'm going to do this every day, all day until you leave. And then that guy grabbed his, blue hair guy, grabbed his walking staff and was like, hey man, leave her alone. Walks over and he pulls out the knives and then basically lunges at blue hair dude. So, yeah. So I'm going to try and interview.
Was he menaced with the walking stick first?
No.
That's a good question.
No, the way he described it and the way that the video shows is he's literally just walking with it, and he described it as, I picked it up. Like, I had it with me in case something happened, but...
I told you to take the wizard stop.
Yeah.
That's right.
Hey man, my name's Colton. I'm kind of the one that first walked up and saw you and all that. Sorry, I was doing other interviews. They kind of explained that you wanted to talk, but you wanted to know what you were going to be arrested for before, or the charges that you were facing
Yes,
before.
if I'm facing charges, then I want to know them before I speak to you, yes.
Yeah. So I'll explain to you kind of what's going on, and maybe you have a good reason for kind of what happened. So basically, gentleman in blue hair said that they were getting annoyed about car alarms going off. You told the female that they were going to keep going off until they moved their car because it's a nuisance that they're parked here. He walks over with his walking staff, at which point you have two knives in your hand and kind of drop your shoulder and then lunge at him. So and I don't know anything before I get here, right? Like I'm coming into it blind, and so I have to kind of fill in the cracks. And he explained to me what he believes happened. Now I'm trying to figure out if there was a valid reason behind what he's saying you did.
I'm actually, based on that information, I'm willing to take the ride.
Okay. All right. Just so you know, there is a video of everything. It shows everything. She recorded it. I just want to give you the heads up that
Cool.
there is a video.
Awesome.
Is there anything you want to explain to me before we go down to the jail?
Oh, no, absolutely not. No, this would be great for court.
Okay. All right. I'll pull my car up. We can move into my car, and then we'll...
Just removed?
Yeah.
Sweet. What did he say?
Nothing. He said, based on that info, I'm going to take the ride. So he's going to go out to jail. Yeah.
I don't think so.
Do you have any wounds or injuries you should be careful of?
I have a sprained left ankle. As far as that's concerned.
Can I see inside your mouth real quick?
Yes,
Do you have anything that comes out, big teeth, gums, chew?
No.
Before I tell you about how everything unfolded that night, I just want to cut to the end where my charges are dropped and the case is dismissed. Originally, the unlawful use of weapons, which was the 2 knives I have out later, the ones that I showed in the beginning, that was dismissed because I didn't unlawfully use anything. And the menacing charge was last to be dismissed. It was hanging on the idea that I had threatened Justin, saying I was going to stab him before I made an approach towards him, in a clip I'll show you here in a little bit. But that never happened either, and my attorney was able to get the prosecutor for the DA's office to see that. He met him in the hall one day at courthouse. He was there for another case, told him, hey, you should check out this video, and 2 hours later sent an email saying he was going to dismiss. This is my recreation of the map of that night. I'll go through all of this in a little bit, but just so you can have some idea of where things happened, time frames, and all that. Everything that happened from me leaving the shop lot that night to the police getting called happened within 11 minutes. From the moment I leave the gate to the moment I'm in handcuffs is 11 to 13 minutes. Everything happens so fast. And while I'm in the back of the police car trying to figure out why I'm in handcuffs to begin with, I don't have a lot of the information I'm going to go over. I don't know that there's video of what happened. I don't know why originally Justin went and told Gabe at Plaid Pantry to call the police. I find all of this out months later. I've talked to Gabe extensively and found out what he didn't know, what Justin did and did not tell him, what Anna did and did not tell him, Gabe's misunderstanding of when he was to call the police upon people's request, what he was to say. There's a lot to it, and I'm going to go over what he says in the 911 call that's incorrect and gave the police a false impression of what was going on that night. And then I think we're going to start by showing where I originally saw Anna and how I knew who she was. So this is Highland Park. Across the street to the right from it is Highland Elementary School. This is maybe a half a mile from my apartment, and not too much further away from the shop where my family has worked for a long time. My church was holding an event here. It was the second of these park events they had held since I had started going there like a couple of weeks before. And this is where I originally saw Anna before I knew who she was. I've circled the area where our church was having its event, had tents set up, speaker system, all kinds of things. I had ridden my bike here, and it was a hot day. It's like 85 degrees by the time I got here, and I was sitting in the shade of this small-looking tree. I've enlarged that tree to be its actual size, and just hanging out, listening to the sermon and the testimony being given. While I was there, I noticed across directly north of me on Columbia Street was a woman sitting in her SUV with a bike next to it. This was who I would later come to know as Anna. Someone had cut her brake line, which she actually tells a police officer in the body cam later. And then at some point between Saturday at Highland Park and the Sunday morning when I met her outside of my family's shop here on Shipping Street. She had moved her car. I came to find out later that she had it towed over here because someone had cut the fuel line was when it was parked in its previous location, probably in an attempt to get her towed out of there because she'd been staying there for about a week, I think, is what I found out later through community services. So she comes and parks, or has her car towed, whatever, in front of my family shop. Not a problem, happens all the time. Not really a big deal to me, but every time my brother came out to have a cigarette outside of the shop door, she was just sitting in her passenger side staring at him. And it was a little unnerving, especially since it's obvious she's on some kind of drugs, whether it's pills, meth, coke, who knows. Backpedaling a little bit here, Sunday morning, I come to the shop to gather some supplies, and I parked on the street. And when I was about ready to leave, I noticed she was messing around in her driver's side area with her door open in the street. And there was a car parked across the street from her. So if anybody tried to go by her, they'd almost rip her door off trying. When I finally did try to drive by her car, after 10 minutes of waiting for her to shut her door, she comes out and yells at me, "Hey, why are you trying to hit my truck?" And I pull over and say, "Hey, you've had your door open for at least the last 10 minutes. I was waiting for you to shut it." When he didn't, I just decided, well, I got to continue on with my day, and drove by her. She says, "Hey, maybe we got off on the wrong foot. Let's start over." She introduced herself. I told her who I was. I told her I worked here. And we actually had a pretty good rapport from that point on. She had originally accused me and my brother of cutting her fuel line, which I later found out through the body cam footage she admitted it happened at Highland Park. So she was lying to me here when she told me, which I knew she was because I was asleep at home before she moved her SUV here that night. So I know it wasn't me, and I know it wasn't my brother, because neither of us do that kind of stuff. I'm not going to crawl under someone's car and cut a fuel line. That's just stupid. So my dad had leased the shop property where we have worked since 2008 or 10, somewhere in there. And it's a privately owned. And anyway, my dad leased it until his passing in early 2024. After that, my brother picked up the lease, and we've continued to work out of it since. When Anna moved her SUV in front of here, it immediately annoyed my brother. Now, me personally, I didn't care because I know how this goes. We wait about 5 days, we have a connection with the city, we call that person, they come out, they talk to the person, they tag their vehicle immediately, or tell them to move, and within a couple of days, everything's resolved, the person gets moved along. So I wasn't worried about it, but my brother didn't know that. He was still new at this point to running the show. So what he was doing to try to get her to move, and at this point we didn't know that she had a cut fuel line. We thought she was probably lying about that, but it turns out that was factual. Someone had indeed cut it. So he started setting off car alarms of cars we had there at the shop to work on, just randomly. Every 10 minutes he'd set one off, and it'd just be a different one every time. He kept doing it. Now, it's illegal. You can't do that intentionally, but also the police in Salem won't respond to noise complaints. That's community services, which is a department of the police, but it's not exactly police enforcement. So, and this was happening about 3 nights after she had been parked there, just hanging out, watching our place from what it looked like to us. And my brother was getting tired of it. Like I say, I didn't care. But he was setting off these alarms to annoy her, and it was working. I came over because he had been drinking a lot. He was like an 18-pack in to his night when he called me and said he couldn't stand it anymore. So I came over. I had eaten. I had drinking. I drank 2 beers over the course of like 6 hours, so I wasn't even close to intoxicated. And I came over here to just talk with him, hang out, try to calm him down, get him to stop doing the alarm thing if I could, which I was unsuccessful. Eventually, he wanted me to leave. He had what's known as an alcoholic blackout, where you don't pass out, you just don't remember. You're in a different frame of mind. You're a different person almost. So he started getting weird and wanted me to leave, so I left. But I had just cracked my third 25-ounce Bud Light of the night, and I'm not one to dump out a full beer. I'll drink some of it and then dump it out, but I'm not going to just dump out a $3 beer. So I'm leaving the gate that night, and Anna asked to talk to me as I'm locking the gate. I told her that I was armed. It wasn't for her. Was it okay if I approached her? I did, and we started talking about what was going on, the car alarms. At some point, she didn't like my answers. I told her that I don't have control over those. They're going to keep going off as long as she's here. And then she shut her door inside her, it was in her vehicle, and I heard her talking to someone. I assumed it was the other person that had been standing around that was in her vehicle with her. But what actually happened is that person had walked away while I wasn't paying attention, and she was narrating what we see next, the video that she records of me. Now, I was standing around, still, kind of hanging around, drinking my beer, as you'll see, waiting to see if she wanted to continue our conversation, because this is the first time I had talked to her since we had originally met, where she was acting fairly unreasonable. And that's because I couldn't give her the answer she wanted. I realize if you haven't been in trouble with the police before, you wouldn't know this stuff, but the police are not your friend when they're charging you with a crime. Keep your mouth shut. Don't talk to them. See you in the next video.